Hello everyone, and welcome to the video series, A Guide to Online Education. Now as we continue this journey, we will now look at Google Classroom and where we will explore some of the pages and features that it actually offers. So here's the classroom that I created earlier on, and we'll first look at Customize. So by clicking on Customize, we can upload a photo or select a theme. I would say just go ahead and select a theme because you need to understand exactly the size of the photo that you will need to actually have uploaded. That could be a picture of your class, a picture of you, and the name of your class, anything of that. But themes is a more easy and readily accessible option. So here we have general, and we see we have English, English and history, we have math and science, we have arts, we have sports, and we have other. So notice at the side here, you can actually drag to see other options. So since we are we're doing maths, I'm going to select something that's math related. So I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to go select class theme. And here you see my theme has changed. And here you see it's grade 9. So here you could see hide or view class information, so you can see the class code and the subject is maths. Now I won't really recommend that option for the class code, as you can see it right here, the class code that you can actually provide to your students. You can also click on display where you'll be able to see the class code more bigger, and you could copy the invite link that you can actually send to your students. Now here we have upcoming. Now this is when you supply the students with any type of assessment. It would show you the due dates that you set for those assignments. Now currently we are on the screen tab, and as you see here, this is where you can talk to your class. Now this actually is where you would be seeing your assignments and where students can actually ask questions on the assignments as well. So before I move to any other tab, I'm going to go to the 3 lines next to grade 9, where is your main menu. And this here you would see classes. So of course as a teacher you would have multiple classes and you can actually view them right here. You have your calendar, you have to review, you have the current class that you have, and your archived classes could be your deleted classes. And here you would see your settings. Those features are not features I'm actually going to particularly touch on, but when you go home, this is actually what you see. So if you have multiple classes, all of them would be displayed here. And by clicking on the name of a class, you come back to this page. Now, Classwork tab is what you will be making use of to give your students work. And notice you have a class drive folder. So the work that you actually post here would be going to your Google Drive. In future videos, I will be explaining exactly how you make use of Google Drive and, as you also see here, Google Calendar. Now, creating your work. So what you're able to provide to students is assignments, and then you have quiz assignments, which these can be automatically marked. You can ask your students questions, or you can post already created materials. So material, for example, would be like you have a Word document already created or a PowerPoint document that has the content you want the students to engage in. You can also upload pictures as well. But when it comes to classwork, I'll go through all of these things in a future videos. Now we have people. Now this is one of the most underused features that I've seen teachers make use of. Not wherein for your students, because remember you can send them a class code and they be able to access the classroom. But you can, of course, choose to invite your students by just tapping, and you can send them via the email address, but you can also, of course, copy the invite link as well. Now, teachers, however, when you invite teachers, you need to use their name or email. So if you already have this teacher on your Gmail account where you will be communicating with them via email messages, you can use that to actually invite a teacher. And now the last part is your grades. Now in grades, this is where you're actually going to be seeing the amount of marks that the students acquire whenever they complete an assessment. Now, in some cases, you can have the marks be automatically calculated, like for example, doing an online quiz where you can set it to be automatically marked, or you can actually provide, for example, an assignment which you would then grade, and then you would input the score that you would wish to give that student. Now, the last part of this video today is going to be settings. So this is generally settings that you can actually choose how you want the students to interact with the platform and what they're able to actually see and do. So here we have the class name, the description, section, room, and the subject is maths. We already went through that. So we have invite codes. So for the sake of simplicity, don't touch this. And then we have stream. You see here it says student can post and comment. On this current setting, students can actually post their views freely on stream. Now, you should probably just have this on students can only comment, so they can actually ask questions, not that they can actually post a topic in your stream. And classroom on the stream, you can see you could show attachments and details, so condensed notifications and hide notifications. I would say leave it on show condensed notifications, so when students tap on it they can actually see it bigger. And because of course since students are generally going to be using a phone for most classes, having it condensed is better than having everything show up. It's easier for them to navigate the classroom. Now show deleted items, this is up to you. You can choose to delete an item in the classroom, or when I say classroom, you're talking about your stream or your classwork, but of course only you can actually see that. Now you have the classroom Meet or Google Meet link. Now in order for you to actually do this here, you see here you don't have permission to create or edit the Meet link. Contact your admin to get access. Although Google Classroom is free, certain features are paid to use. So yes, you can make use of Google Meet, but that comes at actually upgrading the service. However, most teachers make use of Zoom, so I will look at Zoom. However, Google Meet is still going to be an area of focus as well. And finally, grading calculation. So you have the overall grade calculation, and you can show overall grade of students. Then you have grade categories. You don't necessarily need to trouble any of this until you're more specialized, because the settings that they provide to you for grades is going to be easy to make use of. So with that being said, let me close off on here, and let me discard any changes that I've made, because this is generally, I just use stuff on the default settings. I don't relatively change anything, I think, until I see an absolute need for it. So we're back at stream, and in the next video I'll be going through how you can do classwork. So with that being said, I hope this video has found you well, and do enjoy the remainder of your day.